Hi. So I woke up this morning and wanted to do something different. Something meaningful to society. So I decided to do what any totally sane person does in their free time. I want to share my opinion on the internet. And spread misinformation.
China!
But for real though, I've been conjuring my feelings on a certain topic for way too long now, and I'm tired of keeping it to myself. And today's topic is, as C-Day would say, this shitty ass game we keep coming back to. Fortnite.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Ah yes, Fortnite. The game that refuses to die and that will probably unfortunately be around for another 10 plus years, destroying the minds of youth for years to come. But I feel like I'm totally qualified to voice my opinion on this, because I've been playing this game for, let's see now, Jesus Christ, nearly 8 goddamn years. Now God, I was 13 when this shit came out and now I'm nearly 21. Anyways, on status aside, this is how it's gonna work. We're gonna go all the way back to the beginning, when this little cancer cell was born, and go through every historical controversial moment from then to now. And I'm gonna have the most shitty takes on probably most of this shit, so prepare yourself, because I'm gonna say what I've never heard on these topics, which was the inspiration for this video. So where do we start? Yep, 2017. Honestly, Season 1 to 5 was flawless, and was the peak of gaming. I don't think anything can top that era of gaming. It was just a different time, man. Everything was just perfect. The only thing that I think that will top it and kill this godforsaken, brain-melting entertainment tool is GTA 6. If that shit ever decides to come out, if we're not all fucking blown to smithereens first, looking at you, Iran, you fucks. Don't even think about it. Give us like a year after GTA 6 comes out, and you can do whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. But anyways, back on topic. There were some things during this era that were controversial, starting with the obvious double pump. And I'm just gonna come out and say this, is that broken equals fun. Now engrave that in your microscopic whatever you have left of your brain, kids, because this video is gonna revolve around that statement a lot. But yes, double pump was kind of broken, but it was fun. Because mostly everyone was playing like they were using their controller with their feet instead of the hands for some reason. But it stayed in the game until Season 5 because people wouldn't stop crying about it. Probably the most fun anyone's ever had in a game. But nonetheless, I don't know why it took them 4 seasons to nerf it. But I don't know. I don't work for Epic Games, even though I should. I would fix their game in like 3 seconds. But anyways, on to the next moment, which came in Season 4 and introduced the first collab, which is the nutsack of a chin-looking motherfucker Thanos. And notice how when something broken and fun comes into the game, it magically gains popularity. It's a fucking miracle how that works. But yes, even people complained about this, saying how it's overpowered. And I was just sitting there like, bruh, it's fucking Thanos with all the stones. Like, dude, the fucking Avengers couldn't even bring him down. You think some fucking Fortnite character with a scar is gonna kill him? Get the fuck out of here. But anyways, the next moment came in Season 5 with the infamous spray meta and the SMGs. And I'm kind of a hypocrite right now, because I actually quit the game during this time like a fucking stupid damn barbarian I am, and didn't complete the battle pass, so I missed out on probably one of the best skins and emotes out there, Ragnarok and Breakdown. But I digress. But on to Season 6 and the zombies. I can honestly kind of agree with the people on this one. They were kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. And my question is why the fuck didn't they use the Save the World zombies and tie it in with a lore or something like that? That would have been like cool as fuck to merge the two modes and bring life to the even more dead game. But Season 7 brought the zombies back for some reason, even though no one liked or asked for them. But when do we ever get what we want in life? And not to mention the Infinity Blade, which once again, broken equals fun. But people complain about it and they nerfed it to where they literally had to apologize, which is crazy. Like, God forbid a fucking game adds something actually fun to bring life. But no, people want balanced shit, which is boring. Like, what would you rather die to? Something broken but really fun to possibly use if you get your hands on it? Or something balanced, like a fucking burst or something? I'd probably be more pissed if I get 2 taps with a burst rather than getting my shit sliced by the wrath of God and nearly shitting myself because I'm scared. That just sounds way more fun to me in my opinion. But anyways, on to Season 8 with the Ballers. Honestly, I love Ballers. They were just so dumb and fun to play around with. But the Battle Pass was kind of mid. Same with Season 9. which had replaced the pump with the combat, which was a bold move, I can admit, but people freaked out for like 2 seconds and then went right back to normal. So basically wasted their time opening their fat fucking ass mouths. But on to the fun season of all of Chapter 1, which is Season X. And oh my lord, where do I even begin? Let's just start with the mechs, and honestly, in my experience, they weren't that broken to me. I never really got shit on by them, and they were just kind of there. But once again, broken equals fun. And it's funny how it works. When they add something broken, the game gets talked about more. Talk about good marketing. But I will admit they did kind of fumble with the POIs. They shouldn't have fucked with them, and they just kind of ruined them. All with the stupid shit like the damn taco time, and the zombies, and the prop hunt. They literally added back the favorite POIs with the worst fucking game features imaginable. I don't know who was in charge of that, but they need to be fired immediately, because what the fuck was that? But then we had the end event, and Fortnite had literally the biggest balls in entertainment history, and they fumbled completely. They shut down the game for 2 days, and gave us the most boring season ever with Chapter 2 Season 1. Now, having the new map was cool and all about for like 1 week, and then they were like, yo guys, let's add barely anything for 6 months and just call it a day. Like, what the fuck were they doing that whole time? They literally had the world at their fingertips, and they just said, fuck it. And they fumbled more than I fucking, like, fumble women. Like, Jesus Christ, like, why didn't they start with Season 2? Now, that would have been a good decision. See, this is why you need to hire me, Fortnite. I got the brain power. But speaking of Season 2, that shit was peak. And quarantine hit at the same time, which made it so much better. Like, that was truly Fortnite's second peak, because that shit was insane. Even though the world was, like, literally falling apart, at least we had Fortnite. Jesus Christ, that's cringe, but hey, fuck it. But moving on to Season 3, this season was pretty peak, no complaints. Here the map was flooded and shit was kind of like my home Florida, which it rains for like 2 milliseconds, but I digress. Then we got Season 4, and this is when all the collabs started happening, and to be honest, I love collabs. I know that's a controversial statement for some reason, but I don't give a fuck. They bring life into the game, because around this time, all the original skins were just ass from this point forward, especially the battle passes. Like, the only good skins were the collab skins. But anyways, this season was pretty fun with all the Marvel mythics and shit. But I'm not gonna lie, the Galactus event was pretty ass. In my humble opinion, like, that shit could have been so much better. But anyways, on to Season 5. And this is the point where Chapter 2 kind of fell off, like, completely. This season was okay, the battle pass was kind of mid. And the season itself was just kind of mid. Nothing too special here. But now, with Season 6, arguably the worst fucking season of all time. And I completely agree. This shit was so ass, it's unbelievable. Like, who thought of this? Honestly, like, were they at the discussion table and were like, yeah, let's have them craft every weapon. Like, it's an interesting concept, but it fell flat on its fucking face, like, hard. And the one good weapon, the Spire shotgun, was good for like the first day, so everybody started crying like little bitches. And they nerfed it into the ground, and the season was ruined. But anyways, on to Season 7, which was the Alien season. This season was actually pretty good, not gonna lie. It was fun, nothing to complain about here. But Season 8 had its problems. First of all, the event should have destroyed the map completely, but there's only like a couple points on the map that got destroyed. And over the course of the season, the map just got so ugly and gross. But overall, just kind of a mid-filler season, nothing crazy here. But the end event for this season was actually pretty damn good, I'm not gonna lie. And we even got the Rock's face reveal. So that was pretty fire. But now we get into Chapter 3, which at first, with Season 1, was actually pretty good. The map was good, and of course we had the GOAT, Spider-Man. But this is where, from this point forward, where Battle Passes just got so mid. And they just put random ass people in there with like no character. Just random ass people. Like, they couldn't think of any better shit to put in the Battle Pass. I mean, like, really? And the only good skins were the collabs. Because they just lost the ability to make original good skins for some reason. But anyway, Season 1 was pretty good. Season 2 was it was okay. And Zero Build was introduced. And at first I hated it, but now I love it because I just can't compete with these cracked ass kids. And building like that is just so cringe to me, I just can't do it. And I don't have the time or the energy to be like that, so now I'm just a Zero Build god. But now Season 3, this is where the trend of making every Season 3 mid. Like, I don't know why, but every Season 3 from this point forward was just so ass. And this was just one of the worst. It just had nothing going for it. The only good thing was Darth Vader. And that it was just the battle pass was mid, just random ass people again. And there was one cool thing with the fruit plant things that gave you a lot of loot. It was actually pretty cool. But that's about it, just mid overall. But now Season 4, no one seems to like this season, but I actually found it pretty fun, not gonna lie. I loved the idea of having the more damage you do with a weapon, the higher rarity you get, so you don't have to loot the entire goddamn game. So you just get one gun and you just level it up as you go, which was a pretty cool concept. But of course the rest of the community hated it, because they cry about anything. And this is also the point where the storyline just like fell off a cliff for some reason. Like, it used to be so good, and now I couldn't even tell you what's happening, because they just stopped trying. And it sucks, because like I had so much potential. But anyway, speaking of the storyline, after Season 4, we got like the most mid event of all time. I literally took my break at work to watch this fucking snooze fest, and I was pissed. Because what in the actual fuck was that? Like, who thought of that? Who thought that would be an entertaining event? Because whoever thought that needs to be publicly executed immediately. Because that shit was so buns, it's crazy. But after that, we get into Chapter 4, Season 1, which I'm not gonna lie, was actually pretty good. The battle pass was okay, a little bit better. But some of the skins were just random people again. But there were some good skins, and the map was good, and the gameplay was also good. And same with the Season 2. I liked the theme, the battle pass was pretty decent this time. And the floating island came in, which is a pretty neat concept. So good job, Epic, on that. And of course, they fumbled Season 3 for some reason. They had another Primal Season and learned absolutely fucking nothing. Because it was some bullshit, but worse. And tell me why we didn't get a Jurassic Park / World collab during this. It would have been the perfect opportunity to have this, but no, we just got fucking Optimus Prime. Like, how the fuck does that fit in with the Primal? And they had a million chances to add Jurassic Park, because obviously 2018 Fallen Kingdom came out, and then 2022 Dominion came out, and they didn't add shit. I don't know why they haven't, and I don't know what the beef is with Universal for some reason for them, to not add anything for the game. Like, give me an Owen Grady skin with a goddamn beta backbling or something. And they already have the damn Raptors, just slap the Raptor skins from the movie on there and boom! There you go, easy money. But anyways, on to Season 4, which I don't understand the hate, because this season was actually fun as hell. It took everything from Chapter 2 Season 2 and made it better in my opinion. And I don't understand the forced Nolan Chance hate, because that skin was actually pretty clean, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, then we got the most peak announcement of all time, and it was that we're going back to Chapter 1. And obviously everyone was hype, and when it finally dropped, the numbers just spoke for themselves. But it didn't come without its problems. So when it dropped, this is when they got rid of the rarities for some reason. I don't know why the fuck they did that. Because it was the whole point of cosmetics, but I guess Epic is ran by some apes with Down syndrome or something.
Stinky.
And they just made it worse by fucking age restricting your cosmetics you paid for. And everyone was just sitting there with their jaws wide open. Like, literally, the entire concept of the game is to get guns and shoot people. Like, little Timmy that's 4 years old shouldn't be playing this game anyways. Like, Jesus Christ. And we haven't even gotten to the actual season, which actually started out good with Season 5, which had no complaints, pretty peak, no problems, for the most part. And then came Season 6, also peak, and it had no zombies, which was better. Then came Season 7 and 8, which literally changed absolutely nothing to the map. Like, why would you call it that and then actually not add the fucking POIs those seasons had? Like, Jesus, that makes no sense. And they did it again with Season 9 and 10. Like, bro, come on now. So, they fumbled the bag with that one. But it wasn't too terrible. Could have been a lot better. But anyways, then we get into the event, which wasn't too terrible, I guess. Kind of just promoted the new modes that were fun for like 2 seconds, and then no one ever fucking played them again. Rip Rock Racing, by the way. You will not be missed at all. But then we get into probably the worst chapter of all time. Chapter 5. And first, we're going to talk about the movement. I actually didn't mind it, to be honest. It was iffy at first, but I got used to it. But of course, the community hated it, like always. And they literally sent the dev that did it death threats, which is actually insane. Like, come on, people, get a grip, bro. Like, I will agree, the graphics kind of fell off. We went from Chapter 4's graphics, which are arguably the best the game's ever had, to this shit, which was so bland and boring. But anyways, the gameplay was just kind of mid. The medallions were a cool concept, I'm not gonna lie. But the battle pass wasn't actually that bad. It was decent. And then we got the 3 other modes that came with it. We got Lego Fortnite. This was cool for like the first 2 seconds, and then no one played it again. And then we got Rocket Racing, which I think I played one race and like never touched it again. And then we probably got the best mode with Festival, which of course had my Glorious King, the weekend headlining. The one thing I wish they did was give every artist that headlines their own concert like they did with Metallica. Because oh my god, a Fortnite weekend concert would go so hard. But I will give you my wish list for artists that I need to have in Festival. So first we got the GOAT, of course, Michael Jackson. That shit would be crazy. Then we got Ariana Grande, even though she's already got a concert, but fuck it, I don't care. Bruno Mars has like 6 skins and he still got the headline. But then we got Travis Scott. That shit would be crazy, even though he had probably the best event of all time. And then we got Playboi Carti. This shit would be so hard. And then probably Rihanna would go hard as well. And maybe Usher. But I'll stop there. But Festival is probably the most fun out of all of them, to be honest. And I will say all the cosmetics for the new modes were insanely overpriced. And they still are, to be honest. We had cars, which were insane. You're telling me a digital car is worth $40 fucking? Are you serious? And then we got jam tracks, which aren't as bad, but $500 for a song is wild. They need to be like $200, $300 max. And then the instruments are way too overpriced. You're telling me a goddamn guitar costs as much as a skin? Get the fuck out of here. But anyways, then we get into Season 2, which is the Greek God Season. And honestly, this was probably the best one out of Chapter 5. The Battle Class was actually really good, because there was actual characters, not just random ass people thrown in. And the mythics were pretty fire, and the map was actually pretty good. Then we got Season 3. Oh god, where do we begin on this one? Let's just start with the pass. This shit was mid. Let's be honest, the best skin was a fucking Bright Bomber remake. And don't even get me started on the cars. I didn't care that they were overpowered, because obviously broken equals fun. But then the problem is that every little ass kid would just run away as soon as you shot them. And this shit is so annoying. I hate it. Like, the point is to fight other fucking people, not send them on a wild fucking goose chase the entire game. So once again, they fumbled in Season 3. I don't even know why they try with Season 3 anymore, because they can't ever seem to get it right. But then we get into the second Marvel season, and it was pretty fun. Of course, the Battle Pass was fire. And they implemented a new feature where the skins can be purchased like a year and a half after the release from the Battle Pass, which is honestly a good change. So good job, Fortnite. Very epic. But then we got the event for a season, which was shooting at Doctor Doom for like 3 hours, which was boring as fuck. I was just confused. I was like, why the fuck is his health not going down? And like 3 hours later, he finally died. But whatever, lackluster in my opinion. But then we got the remix event. This was interesting to say the least. We had Ice Spice busting some crazy shit in the middle of Times Square along with Snoop Dogg just chilling. Everyone thought it was ass, but I gotta give him some credit. It was a little cringe, but it was kind of cool. But then we got Remix itself, and everybody hated it, but I liked it, honestly. I liked how the artists were the focus. It was really cool, it was different, and I feel like that's better than getting a copy of just Chapter 2 Season 2. And of course, we got the GOAT himself, Juice WRLD, which was insane, and made the season good single-handedly. One thing I hope they do is give Juice WRLD like an actual festival pass with everything. But anyways, the event was actually pretty good. I wish for Ice Spice's part, when Travis came in, they actually used his damn skin instead of the purple whatever the fuck that was. But whatever. But then we head into Chapter 6, and honestly, the seasons don't look bad. I just don't have the time or energy to play this damn game anymore. I normally just play OG when it came out, which was pretty fun, even though everyone likes to complain about it. But I find it great, because I just can't comprehend regular BR anymore. I don't know, I'm an unk now, I don't give a fuck. But honestly, the Godzilla boss thing was actually pretty cool. It was actually somehow balanced. But now that is how you make a boss. But we're going to get into some other ones later, and I got some words about those. But on to Season 2, which was like the 3rd time now they've done this heist theme. Boom. But again, it was actually pretty good and fun, no complaints. And then we have a mini season, which was Star Wars themed. And for how much I love Star Wars, I think I played like 2 games of this and just lost interest in Fortnite by this time. I didn't even get to use the Star Destroyer boss thing. And speaking of that, that shit looks so ass. Like, how are you gonna have one of the most powerful things in history of everything and make it so ass you have to have like a tiny window you can shoot out of and barely does any damage? Like, bro, come on. Like, the boss is supposed to be overpowered. Like I said, broken equals fun. Because if it was balanced, it's not that fun to use, and it's just average, and no one talks about it. Anyways, moving on to the current season we're on, at the recording of this video, Chapter 6, Season 3. I don't think I've ever played a single game of this season. I'm just not interested in it. But from the videos I've seen, there does seem to actually be some stuff. And Superman actually just got added, which is actually the reason I created this video. This power, quote unquote, is so dog shit, it's insane. But obviously when you think of Superman, you think it would be powerful, right? Guess what? You're wrong. This is the worst ability up to this point. First of all, his health is astronomically small for a person that's literally fucking invincible. And his laser eyes do next to no damage. And his punch is decent. And when he slams into the ground from flying, it literally does no damage. Like, what the fuck were they smoking when they made this feature? Because it definitely was some good shit. Because they fucked this up royally. And actually, while I'm recording this video, they actually buffed him. So we'll have to see how that turns out. Hopefully they actually made him fucking good. Because honestly, it's better to use a fucking gray pistol. It's that shit. But anyways, let's talk about the state of OG. Because that's what I mainly play now. So people are complaining that they want no bots. And I kind of agree it would be better. Because obviously there were no bots back then. And also the movement. I don't really care about this, to be honest. I'm fine with it either as long as we keep the sliding and mantling. Because I would literally air out my house if they took that shit out. Because the game would be so slow. But it's kind of sad to see the player count now so low. Because a lot of us wanted this for so long and it barely peaks at like 30k most of the time. And it brings a tear to my eye to see that. But that's going to do it for this video. Go ahead and let me hear your guys' opinions, even if they're wrong, because they probably will be. But I'll try and answer them because I just love arguing with people. It's my favorite pastime. But make sure you like and subscribe and all that bullshit. Maybe even leave a dislike. I don't care. Do whatever you want. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, fuckers.